With every passing year, the country experiences an increase in demand for water. Water is critical to human existence. Domestic consumption aside, virtually all the key sectors of the economy need water for their day-to-day operations. Water is vital for the well-being of the populace. To cope with the increased demand for water, the government initiated several reforms in the water sector. This saw the establishment of 8 water services boards spread throughout the country. The Lake Victoria North Water Services Board, established on the 12th of March 2004, is a product of those reforms.
Lake Victoria North was one of the 8 water services boards that were born after the rationalization of the Water Act 2002 in 2006. And it has specific mandate to develop infrastructure and also manage the water service provision.
The board's area of coverage cuts across the western region and parts of the Rift Valley. The counties covered are Kakamega, Busia, Bungoma, Vihiga, Trans Nzoia, Uasin Gishu, and parts of Elgeyo Marakwet and Nandi counties. Since inception, the board has implemented several key water infrastructural developments in a number of urban centers falling within its area of coverage.
Infrastructure development mainly concerns itself with ensuring that these towns have access to water and sanitation services by, first of all, developing concepts, coming up with project proposals which are tailor-made to ensure that people have access to water. So these proposals, normally we prepare them, we make sure they are bankable, then we approach various kinds of donors through the Ministry of Water and Sanitation, which is our parent ministry. So most of these towns are now county headquarters, and they have a lot of pressure coming in because of socio-economic development associated with the county governments. So we are under pressure to ensure that we match the demands in terms of water and sanitation because of these towns that are coming up due to the devolution.
The Nzoia Cluster Water Program comes in 3 phases. The initial phase, which cost over 2.3 billion shillings, saw development of Kitale Water Supply in Trans Nzoia County and Webuye and Bungoma Water Supplies in Bungoma County. The projects, upon completion, were handed over to the Nzoia Water and Sanitation Company for management. The Nzoia Cluster Phase 2 water projects were designed to meet water demands for Kakamega, Busia, Matayos, Bumala and Nambale towns up to the year 2025. So far, over 120,000 consumers have reaped the benefits of the projects since they were completed and became operational.
In the urban areas, we've done quite substantial infrastructure development. Kakamega, through the KFW, we have been able to improve the water supply from the original pumping scheme to a gravitation scheme, and now the project is viable because the cost of electricity have gone down.
Phase 3, which encompassed the Water and Sanitation Services Improvement Program, WASIP, sought to rehabilitate the existing water and sanitation projects, construction and supply of water to several towns, among them Mumias, Eldoret, Lesos, Kapsowar, Lumakanda and Kipkaren, Kaimosi, Jeptulu, Serem, Kwanza and Kimilili, among others. The WASIP project was implemented with funding from the World Bank and the Government of the Republic of Kenya. Some of the greatest beneficiaries of the WASIP program are Eldoret and Mumias towns. Eldoret, a fast-growing town in Uasin Gishu County, has had a sharp increase in population in the last few years. The increase in population has seen upsurge in the demand for water and sanitation services, which has almost outstripped the existing water supply schemes. Under the WASIP program, the board expanded the Chabara Dam and Elegerini Dam water treatment works to ease the shortages in the town.
The expansion of Chabara water supply was meant to stabilize and augment the water distribution within Eldoret town, because as you know, Eldoret town gets its water supply from three main sources, Chabara being the main one. So the reason why we went in to do the 10,000 was because of the increasing demand in Eldoret town. Then We also did Lumakanda, Kipkaren water supply project, which again we did a treatment plant of 1,200 just to serve the population around Kipkaren markets and Lumakanda markets. You'll find that this project is a cross-county project because you'll find Kipkaren is in Uasin Gishu, Lumakanda is in Kakamega. But then the project is being operated currently by Kakamega County Water and Sanitation Company. So overall, these investments have resulted in the stable supply, and all this credit goes to the World Bank for their financing.
This project was conceptualized by the need to address the shortage of water supply in Eldoret town and the surrounding areas. So this particular site that we are in is in Naiberi Treatment Works. The project abstracts water from Lagrini Dam, which is located 4 kilometers upstream of our current location. And we are able to treat 2,000 cubic meters per day in this site. Downstream at another treatment works, Kapsoya, we are able to treat 7,000 cubic meters per day. All those which serves the population of Eldoret and the surrounding areas. Before implementation of this project, the population of Eldoret used to rely on an existing line which was built in the 1924s and 1960s. So gradually, after some time, the line became deteriorated because of usage and also age. It was not able to transmit the designed amount of water. So the need to address this resorted to the design and construction of this particular project. The main benefit that the project has brought to the community, first, it has addressed the shortage of water in the surrounding community. That is one, and also increased an additional 7 million liters to Eldoret population. We would like to thank the board for agreeing to go ahead with this project, which has brought much benefit to the community and also to the population in the town. And it has addressed a lot of problems that were traditionally associated with the shortage of water. And also it has created employment to the people coming from this area and also other areas.
Mumias Town is another major beneficiary of the Water and Sanitation Improvement Program. With the construction and expansion of the 1.6 billion shillings Mumias Water and Sanitation Project, over 150,000 consumers now have a regular supply of clean drinking water. The distribution has been extended to the informal settlements of the town, which have come up due to the growth of the Mumias Sugar Company.
In Mumias, what we did was also to have a water supply that was gravity fed, as opposed to the existing scheme that was pumping from Lusumo River. So again, we engaged a consultant to design, and we ended up having a 15,000 cubic meters per day treatment plant on the same Lusumo River, but we moved about 30 kilometers upstream. So this project was completed, and it's currently serving the populace of Mumias. And in the eventual time of design, it will supposed to serve about 130,000 people. But as we speak now, the project is completed. It's being operated by the Kakamega County Water and Sanitation Company. So if you go to Mumias, you will find that there's a lot of improvements, there are a lot of developments coming up, because now there's a lot of stable water supply.
In Kapsabet Town, Nandi County, 50,000 consumers have been looped in following the rehabilitation of the Kapsabet Water Treatment Works through a 1.1 billion Kenya shillings grant from the Japanese International Cooperation Agency, JICA. The successful rehabilitation of the Mbale Water Supply Project, which now has a new intake, treatment works, elevated steel tanks and an additional 4.5 kilometers pipeline, has led to an increase in the distribution network. With 10 water kiosks constructed within Mbale and Chavakali, the number of consumers has risen to 33,000 from the previous 29,000 people. More water and sanitation projects are planned for in the board's 5-year strategic plan, which runs from 2018 to 2022.
Hii mradi ilisaidia watu sana, sababu maji hapa Shibari ilikuwa inasumbua sana. Kwa maana saa hii kila mahali maji iko, watu wasumbukane kama kitambo. Kwa nenda maji mbali, kitabupate maji ya kunywa. Menua umetembea muda mrefu na menua pengine shilingi 5 kibuyu.
Our Lake Victoria North Board ni wazuri, wametuletea hii mradi. Hata kama ingekuwa tena wangeongeza ingine hapa Angola, ingine hapo chini, juu imetusaidia sana.
Because me I use water to clean my fish, to wash the fish. It has really helped me. In fact, before that I used to angaika sana nikitafuta maji ya kuosha samaki, especially during the dry season.
In view of the recent breakthroughs, the Lake Victoria North Water Services Board has recently been certified to the new ISO 9001:2015 and is one of the few public institutions certified to the Environmental Management System ISO 14001:2014, an indication of the commitment the board has towards environmental management and sustainability in its programs.
So going forward as an institution, we have prepared our strategic plan, which we have interfaced with our investment plan. And the main thing that we want to do now is to prioritize each county in terms of their needs. What is the current supply level in each county? What is the population now in each county? How is the population going to increase over the years? And then how are we going to make sure that we supply these people with water and affordable sanitation services? So we are always there. We are always consulting, and we'll ensure, we'll also endeavor to deliver our mandate within our area of jurisdiction through the support of the Ministry of Water and all the relevant stakeholders.
The board will continue to work towards the improvement of water and sanitation services in line with the targets of the nation's Vision 2030, strategic development goals, and the government's Big Four agenda, bearing in mind that water is probably the biggest enabler towards the achievement of the latter.